Warning: the following episode may contain adult language and explicit content. Parental discretion is advised. In other words, sometimes I curse. I'm sorry. Nah, I'm not sorry. Oh man, so sad. It is Thursday, April 21st, 2016, and you are listening to Johnny Knows Best. This is my podcast. Thank you for listening. I wish you were listening on better terms, but this is going to be not a sad episode, not a somber episode, but kind of a very, very serious, tragic news to discuss this morning that just came through last night. I had a pretty good day yesterday. I got off work and came home and was trying to catch up on Fear the Walking Dead because I'm a couple episodes behind. It started coming back on. Season 2 started a couple weeks ago. And so I watched that and I ate my dinner or whatever. And I got on Facebook as I typically do all the time. And right around, I would say maybe about a little bit before midnight or maybe around 11 something. And I saw that where someone had posted that Chyna had passed away. Former WWE wrestler Chyna. And at first, seeing that, I was like, you always see on Facebook all the time of celebrities passing away, celebrities like Bill Cosby. It happens to Jackie Chan a lot, or Will Smith. And I've seen, they've done that with Chyna too before, where they say she passed away. Happens to John Cena a lot. So when I saw the news about Chyna, at first, I didn't really take it seriously, so I kept scrolling down, and I thought it was just a bad joke. But I kept scrolling down, and little by little, as the seconds went or the minutes went by, it started to pop up all over my timeline. And when you see not just one or two people posting it, or just not a couple of sites, you start to take it very seriously. And then I was like, this can't be for real. Then I went on TMZ, and they were reporting it. And so, then after a while, WWE released a statement. And by that point, I must have seen it about 50 different places on my timeline, So, yeah, it's very unfortunate that WWE wrestler Chyna, Joanie Laurer, real name, passed away last night at the age of 45. The young age of 45. 45 is not that old at all. It's not that much older than me, A little bit over a decade older than I am right now, so it's very, very sad. I heard that, in the last couple of years, she was trying to get healthy, and she had been on, she'd had a lot of problems with drugs and alcohol, and, being depressed. She had a long battle with depression. And some of you might remember her from, that might not even know her from WWE or know her when she was a wrestler, but you might remember her from Celebrity Rehab. And I want to say there was another VH1 show besides Celebrity Rehab. Was she on the Surreal Life too? Or am I making that up? I kind of want to say Chyna was on the Surreal Life. And I know she was on Celebrity Rehab. I remember that. But a lot of people know Chyna from reality TV. And if you don't know her from wrestling, her time as a wrestler, or if you don't know her from reality TV, over the past few years, from like 2003, 2004 to 2013, so almost a decade, she was an adult film star. She made a bunch of different adult movies, as far as so if you're really into porn, you probably are aware of who Chyna is, and I think her porn name was Chyna Doll or something like that. I don't know. I never really, to be perfectly honest with you, I never really watched a Chyna porn. Not that I don't watch porn. It's just that I never was into. I never really was that interested in checking out a porn with Chyna because I just wanted to always remember her as a wrestler. As somebody in my late teens and early 20s, she was just a very important part of that chunk of wrestling for me and in my life at that time. So I always wanted to remember her as a wrestler. So when she started doing porn, I never really checked it out or even wanted to see that. But I know a lot of you have. A lot of my friends that are into wrestling did check out her porn or whatever. So I think, like I said, either you know her from being a wrestler, a reality star, or you just know her from adult movies. But I think Chyna is pretty well known by most people. I know last night when I got the news, I texted my friend Ann. Ann doesn't even watch wrestling. Ann knew who Chyna was. So she was pretty well known in most circles. And she was only 45 years old, like I said, a few minutes ago. Very, very sad. And I know when I texted Ann asked me, how did she die? And I don't think that information has been released yet. I've been hearing rumors. I don't know if it's rumors or if people are saying that's what happened, but I heard that she overdosed. Could be because of a drug overdose, that she had been doing really bad the last few days, and her close personal friends haven't seen her for the last few days, and I guess her demons finally got the best of her. I can tell you from my history of depression that I've had, like I said in earlier podcasts, I had a really bad, I went through some really, really bad depression last year, around this time of year last year, and I went missing for like a couple months, so I understand depression better than most people do. And how sometimes it's really a battle to fight those demons inside of you. And some people turn to alcohol, and some people turn to drugs, and some people turn to sex, or, all different kinds of things that they use to try to help them battle those demons. And I just think Chyna's demons eventually just got the better of her, it's very, very sad. I don't want to have this episode just be this very long, sad, downer episode. I said, wrestlers die in threes, and first they're going to say that the first wrestler that passed away a couple of weeks ago, or a little less than 2 weeks ago, when Blackjack Mulligan, Bray Wyatt's grandfather, and Bo Dallas's grandfather, he passed away. He was number one. And then, like I reported in an earlier podcast, a couple podcasts ago, Balls Mahoney passed away just last week, not even a week ago. And that was the second one. And Chyna would be number 3. So, you know. Then a couple other wrestlers have passed away already this year. And it just seems like a lot of celebrities, wrestlers, athletes are passing away in 2016. I made a post or a comment about that last night, and then some dude that's always trolling me, he got on my post and he was saying, well, a lot of people passed away last year too, Jonathan. And I know a lot of people passed away last year, but it just seems to me that 2016, buddy, it seems like in 2016, I've never known more celebrities, wrestlers, or just famous individuals in general to pass away in the first 3 to 4 months of the year like they have this year. I mean, it's only April, and I can't even list off all the people that have passed away so far. A couple days ago, the lady that plays Ray Romano's mother on Everybody Loves Raymond, she passed away. So, Doris Roberts, I think was her name. She passed away. So it's just a lot. It's been something else. But Chyna is someone that I came up with, like I said, and I remember the first time Chyna debuted. I guess it was in what year was it when Chyna debuted? 1996, late 1996, when Chyna debuted. I remember that very vividly. I remember that Goldust was wrestling Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Triple H. That was his name at the time. They said his full name, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, at the time. And of course, Goldust had his wife, Terry Runnels, Marlena, in his corner. And then all of a sudden, right at the end of the match, this big, muscular Amazon woman came out and attacked Marlena, or Terry Runnels. And the big Amazon, she just shook Terry just like Terry was nothing, like a little rag doll. And everybody was like, who is this woman? Who is this Amazon? Who is this? That's because she was really built. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but I think that's what JR called her on commentary. Called her Amazon. That's what she was, like this big, giant, muscular woman. Just this freak of nature. When you first saw Chyna, of course, her look changed over the years. She got the breast implants, and she started to just look facially, even her face changed. I think there was a lot of surgery done there, but when you saw Chyna, she was just like nothing you ever seen in wrestling. She was just this built woman. And I think that's how she started out. She was a female bodybuilder. And I know I watched Triple H's Thy Kingdom Come DVD. And when he was talking about how him and Shawn Michaels, how they discovered Chyna. And I think originally, I could be wrong, if I am and you're listening to this, you could correct me in the comments or whatever. I think originally Chyna was supposed to go to WCW and join the NWO and come in and be a member of the NWO, but I don't think Eric Bischoff and